Hi, I'm the Moorlander and this is Moorlander EDC. Now, if you're the type of person that likes a light that's very simple, the MT2C Pro is hands down the light for you. There are lots and lots of different manufacturers, including Nitecore, that make lights like the P27iX that is all singing, all dancing, and you can customize it to different beams, different throws, loads of different things. But there is a person out there that just wants a light that you turn it on, you turn it off, and it's simplicity. And that's what's key for those lights. This is where the MT family from Nitecore comes in. There's the MT2C Pro, which I have here, and I also have a couple of the other ones, so we can do a quick compare with these as well. I also have the MT1C Pro and the MT2A Pro as well. Something random just fell out of a tree there, that put me off for a second. So we'll have a look at these, but yeah, for now let's turn the camera around and take a closer look at the MT2C Pro. As far as unboxing is concerned, you get the usual stuff in the box as you'd expect. You get a lanyard, you get the battery, you get everything else with it. It's fairly standard as far as unboxing is concerned. The light itself, just to give you some of those those big numbers as far as the measurements are concerned. Hopefully you can see it. It's not a particularly large light. It's got an 18650 battery. I'm probably going to say 18650 1,000 times today. It needs to be one of those games. But remember to drink responsibly. So yeah, 18650 batteries aren't particularly large, and I think that's what gives us an excellent form factor. But as far as the length from the edge here down to the tail button. It comes in at 117.5 millimeters. There's a couple of different diameters on this as far as the head is concerned. This is the widest. It's 26.8 millimeters. Coming down to the diameter of the actual tube itself, it reduces down to 21 millimeters, and then on the tail itself, it does come out a little bit, and it comes out to 24.4 millimeters. Now this is constructed as you get with a lot of these lights from a tough aluminium, but it also helps because it's aluminium to reduce some of the weight. Now they don't give you the battery weight on this. I will triple check what it is with the battery, but the weight not including the battery comes in at 64 grams. Now outside of that, as far as big details are concerned, that's kind of it. Now looking at the light itself, so looking down into the business end there, hopefully you'll be able to see it has one of Nitecore's UHI LEDs. I think it's the UHI 20 LED. The maximum lumen output from this is 1,800 lumens, and it's got a maximum throw of 520 meters. That's mainly done, hopefully you can see in there, it has a fairly deep, not super deep, but a fairly deep flat lens on there, and then you've just got rather than a kind of orange peel lens on the end or anything, no, it's nice and simple. I'm going to say this a lot with this, but simplicity genuinely is key on here. Around the edge, you've got some kind of bits in there, which will help with the temperature of this. But I will say, so it's only 1,800 lumens, which you can't shake a stick at. 1,800 lumens with a 520 meter throw is, it will generate some heat. However, I will say it doesn't generate all that much heat, which I think is good. Now, as far as the heat management of this is concerned, a lot of Nitecore's lights use an internal temperature regulator within here. So it doesn't have like a set, it will stay on high for X amount of time before dropping down. It completely depends on the ambient temperature around this. So if you're using this in the middle of Arizona and it's the summer, it will probably have a kick down faster than if you're using this in Antarctica in the middle of winter. So yeah, it depends. You do have quite a large clip on here. A clip is fairly sturdy, but if you want to, you can take that off. As I've mentioned a few times, Drink carefully, but you need to have another drink if you're going to drink now. You have an 18650 battery in here. And hopefully you'll see on the end here, this is where it charges. Now it's important to note that, mainly because as far as this is concerned, this doesn't, you have to charge this by taking the battery out. If you're, I think I've just put the battery the wrong way around. No, I hadn't. If you're the type of person that wants to have this charging on the outside, it doesn't do that. Nitecore have lots of lights that do. This one, the 18650 battery, you have to take it out to charge it. For some people that's great and they prefer that. If you're the type that needs to hot swap batteries, then pick up a second one of these. The batteries themselves don't particularly cost a lot, and then you can swap those out. As far as the UI is concerned, this is how I refer to this as far as being a simple tactical light. You have a tail switch here. Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot to mention, IP rating on this is IP68 for your dust and water. 6 is for your dust, which is the highest you can get for consumer electronics. 8 being for water, which again is the highest you can get for consumer electronics. Having no charging port on the outside of here, and having you can only charge it on the inside, makes perfect sense. It adds to the simplicity and durability of it. You have to do it through the battery itself as well. Now, what I was going to say is, on the tail end here, you can kind of tail stand this. The rubbery bit for the battery, it pokes out like a fraction of a millimeter. It makes it a little bit wobbly, not a massive amount of wobble though, but you can still tail stand this if you need to. There isn't a battery, there isn't a magnet on the end here, so if you're the type that needs one that magnetizes, it just simply doesn't do that. But getting back to that simplicity, click it, it turns on. Click it, it turns off. How simple is that? Now when you click it, and the first time you do it, this puts it onto its turbo mode, its high mode. This is your 1800 lumens, or you can do, you can turn, it's alright, let me take a step back again, I forgot what I was going to say then. Right, turn it on, turn it off. If you turn it back on again within a second or so, then you can put it down onto its low mode. So if I turn it on, turn it off, there's low. Turn it back on again, there's your high mode. If you want to, you can do a half press, which will put it onto momentarily, but then you can kind of do a quick half press. Oh, I didn't do it right. And it will put it onto its low mode. So it's because I didn't do it properly. So there, if you see it, I did a quick half press, put it onto its high on momentary, and then a second press which puts it down onto its low, and you can do that. So that's it. I really do like this light. I can't speak high enough about this light. It's great in the pocket. The UI on this is super simple. As I mentioned, you can do that half press if you want to put it onto its low mode. If you're concerned about that half press, you can kind of hold it against you, because it is a reasonably bright flash. But again, I honestly can't find any faults with this light whatsoever. Now, as I mentioned, so I do have its smaller brother, so this is the MT1C Pro. As far as the UI on this, it's exactly the same. You do a full press and it puts it onto its high mode, or you can do like a half press, full press, and then you can put it onto its low mode. The main difference between the two of these, if you look at the head, same diameter, the tail, same diameter. The difference with these being in the MT1C Pro, if I unscrew this here, you've got in here instead, you've got an 18350 battery in here, which is a bit like an 18650 battery, just a little bit smaller. But with both of these, you just have the two light modes, and yeah, again, this is an awesome light. If you're after something that's a little bit easier to conceal in your hand, but you still get access to that turbo when you turn it on, this is a great little option. Now, obviously, there's a different in lumen levels, which we will have a look when we go down to the fishing pond soon. But again, yeah, awesome little light. And then the other one, so this is the MT2A Pro. So here's the MT2C Pro, MT2A Pro. So with this one, more of a pen style light. With this one, the battery in here is this long skinny badger. The beauty of this is if you want to take this out, this also charges at the end, which the other one does as well. You can take this out and you can put 2 AA batteries in here, which I think is pretty cool. The difference with this one is, so when you turn this one on, you can then do half presses. So you got low, medium, high, low, medium, high. But then let's say I want it on low, turn it off, wait a few seconds, turn it back on again. It will always remember what you were on and do these half presses, and then you can cycle through them. So 3 awesome lights. The MT family from Nitecore genuinely is one of my favorite families of lights, mainly just because of just the simplicity of these. Now let's fast forward. I won't bring this one, but let's fast forward, see how these compare in the dark down at the fishing pond. If you're enjoying the content today and you'd like to support my channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below. If you do choose to do that, I'd like to say a huge thank you and welcome on board into the Moorlander community. Now back to today's content. It's a reasonably light night tonight, however, it is still dark enough to really show how this light shows off. Now with the MT2C Pro, as we've previously seen, it's just got these 2 modes. So the first click turns it on onto its highest mode, and this is your full 1800 lumens. It just lights everything up. It's got a very high candela on this. 1800 lumens isn't a lot, but when you've got a higher candela, it just throws that light out forward. Hopefully you can see you've got that really nice warm spot. So if I hold it out 45 degrees to the left, you can see the spill on there, you can see the edge of that. 45 degrees to the right and back again. Here we are, 1800 lumens. Now we usually look at this little water, or this waterfall here, but I can see there are actually 2 fishing ponds. There's one here and then there's one at the top where that top bit is, so I can see right up there into the trees behind it. So yeah, 1800 lumens does a great job. Now of course if I turn it off and turn it back on again, it puts it onto its low mode, which is 50 lumens. Now just walking at night, this 50 lumens is great. You know, I can see all the way around this path. I can see a good 10-15 meters off into the distance. That tree here, that is 10 meters. The tree on the opposite side, which has got a bit some leaves growing around it, that little sign there that I've put up to say no fishing here, that is about 20 meters away. You can see it easily, no issues whatsoever. And yeah, it's just a great little light. And I know I've said this so many times, but simplicity genuinely is the key with these MT lights. Now I did say I would also bring down the MT1C Pro. So here we have the MT, oh no, that's a different light. Here we have the MT1. So this is the same. I put this on and it comes up onto its highest mode. On the MT1C Pro, the highest mode is 1000 lumens. Now I will say the 1000 lumens, because it's got that higher candela, then you can see, so there is MT1C Pro, 1000 lumens. Here is MT2C Pro, and this is your 1800 lumens. Here is the low on the MT1C Pro, and this is 50 lumens, and it's exactly the same. So with both of these lights on its low setting, so here's 50 lumens, here is the MT2C Pro on its lowest setting, which is also 50 lumens as well. So as far as your battery consumption on the low on both of these lights, pretty much the same, apart from the fact that of course the MT2C Pro has got the 18650 battery, so will last longer, whereas the MT1C Pro has got that 18350 battery in there, so it lasts a little bit less. But as I've said many times, in this content, let's get back to the MT2C Pro. It really is all just about the simplicity with this, yeah, which is why these are both incredibly good lights and highly recommended. Now, I've gone on the record over the last few months, because there have been some very, very nice lights coming out over the last few months. In fact, there's been some kind of standalone lights through 2026. The MT2C Pro this actually came out last year. I've had this a while. It just took me some time to make some content on it. But I'm putting this out there. I think if you're after a simple light, as we've seen, you know, super simple with this, it's very difficult to beat. I'm going to put this, and there's many different categories for many different lights. I'm putting this in the category of simple tactical, mainly because you turn it on, you've got that tactical light. And then again, you know, if you want to put it on a lower setting, you've got that. 18650 battery, amazing build quality, an LED in there from Nitecore that you can trust. The MT2C Pro genuinely is difficult to beat. Now, I'm sure somebody will go, well, you haven't tried this, and that's correct. I haven't tried that light. Maybe if I tried that light, I might find one that rivals this, but as it stands for me, 2026, yeah, awesome. Now, that's tricky because I also really like its smaller brother as well. I think whichever one you go for, whether you're after a larger form factor because you get the larger battery in here, or the smaller form factor with the smaller battery, of course, yeah, generally I really do like the MT family from Nitecore, just purely down to reliability, simplicity, and for this one, the 18650 battery, yeah, chef's kiss. Now, full disclosure, this was sent to me by Nitecore. I have an awesome relationship with Nitecore. All they ever want is some honest content from me, and hopefully that's what you got here today about this light. I'll leave some links below so that you can see more from this and where you can pick this up, just in case there's any details that I missed, but I don't think I missed any. I've pretty much got everything. I'll also leave some of my social media links below so that you can see more from me here on Moorlander EDC and my sister channel, Moorlander Tactical. And whether you're watching this on YouTube or Rumble, as always, stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC. See, this is another one of Nitecore's naming conventions that I have been struggling with and have to read it every time. It's the MT2C Pro, MT2C Pro, MT2C Pro, MT2C Pro, yo, MT2C Pro! Let's start that again. Okay, so here we have the MCT, it's not the MCT. I really am struggling with this name. The way I'm sitting now, randomly the light keeps bouncing off my watch, and it's flickering on my bag, and it's flickering on the tree that's just there, and it keeps putting me off because it looks like a little butterfly or something, like a cabbage white kind of butterfly. Anyway, that was random. I don't think there's much in the bloopers today, folks. I managed to get everything right on this one. So yeah, anyway, I hope you're all good. Hope you all having. I'm not sure what day this is coming out. I'm filming a few pieces of content today, so whether this comes out on a Sunday or a Wednesday, yeah, hope you're good, and hope you're having an awesome week. See you soon. I couldn't think of it. Anyway, see you in a bit. Love you lots.